My name is Shalom, and I'm a pastor's daughter who is currently deconstructing Christianity.
Can I share with you just a few reasons why I walked away from the religion of Christianity?
Of pastors, children scattered all over the world who are still bearing the name of Christ with pride, and I am one of them.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Princess Banigo and you're welcome to Banigo's TV. Okay, today's video, we're talking about this video I saw of this lady who said she's deconstructing Christianity, and you're gonna further hear her reasons. Now, when you see a young lady who says she's deconstructing Christianity, it's okay for you to say, oh well, these are the Gen Zs, or she's young or whatever. But when you see an older person who comes out and say this is why they let go of Christianity, it makes you wonder, okay, what's going on here? And in this video, I have a video of both an older person and a younger person telling us why they are deconstructing Christianity, or why they let go of Christianity, and also one or two people who replied to them. Now the Bible said don't judge, so who are you or who am I to judge them, right? Their thoughts, their emotions, it's valid. And seriously, if you want to dig deep into religion, I mean, you keep asking questions. That is what I think, that you always keep finding loopholes. If you want to dig deep into any religion, I mean any, be it Christianity, Islam, like any religion, the more you dig, the more you keep looking for question. Because to me, I'm going to tell you guys what I think right at the end.
My name is Shalom, and I'm a pastor's daughter who is currently deconstructing Christianity. I grew up in a very strict religious household, and one of the downsides of this environment was the rigid thinking and lack of emotional intelligence that often accompany religious fundamentalism. As the daughter of a pastor, I wasn't allowed to question the beliefs that I was taught or hold opinions that differed from those of my parents. And this, by the way, is called indoctrination. When I began questioning my beliefs and challenging the programming I had grown up with, it was as difficult and terrifying as you would expect. I experienced intense cognitive dissonance, and I had to work really hard to overcome the fear that had been instilled in me. Eventually, I came to see it for what it really is: a tool of control that was designed to make me surrender my power to external forces. I found true freedom when I became godless, when I stopped placing my faith in a being whose existence I cannot verify and whose actions I cannot support. A person's religion is often shaped by their culture, and many of us in this part of the world are either born into Christianity or Islam, and we tend to follow our birth religion until death. We never bother to question why we believe the things that we believe in, or why things are the way they are. We are not taught to think critically, and in most cases, questioning can provoke violent reactions, making it unsafe for a person to think outside the box. Remember that ideas must be critiqued before being accepted as fact. And so if your religion or any belief system at all discourages free thinking, then it is simply a modern day form of slavery. Think about it. Peace and blessings.
Can I share with you just a few reasons why I walked away from the religion of Christianity? So I was born into Christianity. I had no choice. You were expected to carry on being a Christian. Went to church every Sunday, did everything a Christian ought to do. I gave my life to Christ as a child. We were taught that we had to give our lives to Jesus. Altar calls were made in our children churches after we had been given a sermon about heaven and hell, about what will happen to you if you do not receive Jesus. I remember watching in church back in those days. We were told to give up our televisions in the church I grew up in because the television could cause the devil to come in the home. So you couldn't watch TV, but we could go to church and go and watch movies, right? Film night. And trust me, the film nights was nothing, no Disney movies. We would go and watch movies like The Burning Hell. Parents would be separated from kids, and we would be shown these movies about what your life would look like if you do not give your life to Jesus. And after you're done watching this very scary place, they frighten you and then do an altar call and tell you, come and give your life to Jesus. We were children. We didn't know better. We didn't know we were none the wiser. We just go forward, give our lives to Christ in tears. I remember giving my life to Jesus as a child in tears. Now I'm expected to carry on being a Christian until my child came to me and said, I do not want to be a Christian. And when I asked him, why not? He said he heard about how barbaric the death of Jesus was, and he didn't want to identify with that. And I looked at him, and really and truly, he had a point. Why did Jesus, the Savior of the world, have to die in such a horrific manner? If he was God, why would he need to be killed in that manner? Right? And so I started questioning. If children are innocent, why are we teaching this to children? Why are we telling children that they need to give their lives to Jesus? What does Jesus need the lives of people for? So I started questioning. And today I realized there was not good enough reasons to be a Christian. So I walked away. And I couldn't then pass on the religion to my own kids. Well, it turns out that the Jesus they said was going to save us, him and his daddy were the same ones that planted the tree in the garden. I mean, think about it. An all-knowing God, all-powerful, plants a tree and says, don't touch, to two people who didn't know whether they were going or coming, and left them to their own devices. He comes back, they've eaten from this tree. You would think that a good God would forgive them. No, he decides to punish them. Not only punishes these two, he then goes further to create hell, where anyone who comes after these two would then be punished after you're dead. Would it not have been better to save those two or forgive them? Would it not have been better? Just forgive them and then solve all the problems. But now I, in 2023, get to partake in a fruit I didn't eat. Now I'm being punished. My children are being punished. You're being punished for a fruit that you didn't eat. And guess what? If you think that you escape here on earth, the chances are you're going to go and be punished even further after you die. I think at this point, we need to realize that out of the so many gods out there, what makes you think that Jesus' daddy is the real God? How did you work it out? How did you decipher that Jesus' daddy is the one and only true God? How did you work it out? Until you work it out, stop teaching it to kids. Stop telling kids that they're going to hell. Stop telling kids that it's child abuse for you to teach something that you know nothing about. And what even frustrates me when I think about it now, I was traumatized as a child, made to give my life to Jesus in tears after being shown places, this hell place where you'll be burned forever and ever. Well, guess what? It turns out the person who told the story of creation, Moses, he wasn't even there at the point of creation. Where was Moses when he wrote the story? He wasn't even born when the story supposedly happened. So it's either Moses lied or he made it up. So no, I'm in the business of waking you up, waking people up. Start asking questions before you wait on, even if you must give your children the religion of Christianity or any religion, wait until they are adults. Giving or indoctrinating children into a religion that you are not sure of, whether you've got the right religion or not, can pass as indoctrination and abuse. So we can do better as people, right? Let's do better. Let's be better. And thankfully, my child was 9 years old. He didn't want to identify with a God that thinks it's okay to kill his own child in order to save humanity. It makes no sense. I'm thankful to my son and to myself for doing the hard work and figuring out that this religion ain't it at all. It's not all that it's made out to be. No, thank you.
My name is Shalom, and I'm a pastor's daughter who is currently deconstructing Christianity.
Wait, hold up. So here's an award for being the pastor's daughter who is currently deconstructing Christianity. I present it to you. Well done. All right, go on.
I grew up in a very strict religious household, and one of the downsides of this environment was the rigid thinking and lack of emotional intelligence that often accompany religious fundamentalism.
All right, I think by strict religious, you simply mean a morally upright family. Yes, because that's all the Bible tells us. The Bible simply gives us guidelines to become morally upright. The Bible has never hurt anyone. The Bible has never advised anybody to hurt anybody. Never happens in the Bible. Every single thing in the Bible is to give us guidelines to live morally upright in a corrupt world. Go on, please.
As the daughter of a pastor, I wasn't allowed to question the beliefs that I was taught or hold opinions that differed from those of my parents. And this, by the way, is called indoctrination. When I began questioning my beliefs and challenging the programming I had grown up with, it was as difficult and terrifying as you would expect. I experienced intense cognitive dissonance and
All right, now, is there any part of the doctrines or what you call indoctrination about Christianity that subjects you to some kind of torture or to some kind of life that is not good? Is there any part? Because, you know, as children growing up in the Sunday school, we are taught the 10 commandments: thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. And these were the principles that we grew up with as children in the Sunday school, and other parts of the scripture that said, love your neighbor as you love yourself, forgive. Those are the basic teachings of the scripture. So this is not the first, and she will not be the last. I've seen a couple of people also like her who say they were born in very religious homes, right? Christianity, precisely. So many of them are all over the internet. I don't want to begin to mention their names. But then there's one similar thing that I see amongst all of them when I go through their pages, right? I see that they are champions of immoral lifestyle. I'm sorry to use that word, but that's what I see consistently. They can boldly say whatever they want to say now without feeling guilty or being condemned for doing that. And I want to put it to you, you who just made this video, that while in the pastor's house as a pastor's child, you had some cravings, you had some kind of thinking that we are going to negate the morals that we are taught by the scriptures. And so because you needed freedom to do whatever you want to do, you just had to decide that, see, this thing called Christianity, I'm not doing again. I'm not living by any standard. I'm not living by any rules. Whatever I do now, let me not be condemned. Let there be no guilt in my heart. And that's why you see many of them will now come and say they are free thinkers now. They'll say now that they are godless simply because they don't want to feel guilty at all about doing whatever it is that they want to do. They want to do it freely. And that's the freedom that many of them think that they have. Just take religion aside from a particular people. What you have is a lawless society. What you have is a society that can do anything without any thought of consequence. But people who simply want to live godlessly, ask them, see, let them be truthful to themselves. Because the biggest kind of lie that you can tell is a lie that you tell yourself. So be truthful to yourself. You know that Christianity has done nothing wrong to you. It is that fear of consequence that many people want to run away from. So let me do whatever I want to do and be free to do whatever I want to do, and then there's no consequence. We are seeing all what is going on in our world today because many people like this young lady are coming out to say that they are godless now. So godlessness simply means lawlessness. And then you now see that people will do all kind of evil, as in harm as many people as they can. You see people going out to commit murder, and you begin to ask yourself, even people like this will ask, what is the world turning into now? Well, let me shock you. The world is turning godless, just as you all will want it. But let me just tell you the truth. There are so many other pastors' children scattered all over the world who bear the badge of pastors' children with pride. So whether you like come out and say it boldly, you're a pastor's child because you want to show us the authenticity of your godlessness. Whether you do that or not, there are still millions of pastors' children scattered all over the world who are still bearing the name of Christ with pride. And I am one of them.
Right, you guys, you heard them right there and everything they had to say. Those deconstruction Christianity, those who have stopped believing or stopped practicing Christianity, and the Christians who are just giving their thoughts concerning all of this. Now, as I said initially, that you're always going to have like a question when it comes to any religion. That is what I think, because why? Like sometimes the spiritual is not physical. So I think things operate, differently when it comes to the spiritual realm. I don't want to get spiritual with anybody right now, but that is just my thinking. Whatever it may be, whatever religion it may be that you believe in, or that you decide to take, like people worship different things. The Indians, the Yorubas, the Rivers, the Bibio, like if in every culture there's something, a god that they believe in, and if you want to keep digging to ask questions, you're always going to find something. So at the end of the day, this is my belief: those that want to deconstruct whatever, but if you know you're not going to practice a religion anymore, whether it be it's, whatever it is, I feel like don't just come out and start making it look like those who are doing it are stupid for doing what they are doing. If you decided as an individual that I don't want to be a Christian, I don't want to be a Muslim, I don't want to be this, that, I don't want to be a worshiper of this or whatever, just rest. That is just my belief. And truly, as you grow, you just start coming to different understanding and different realization about life. Okay, as you mature, as you grow in life, knowing that life is frail and life is vain, right? So this is just what I think, but I don't know what you think. Please leave your thoughts with me in the comment section. I could be wrong and I'm open to learn, but I just feel like if you're not gonna worship, or you're gonna leave anything, just let it be. You can give your reasons why you don't want to do it, but don't go and start condemning, making it look like those who are doing it are dumb. And really, some people will say, okay, then what about Christians who go about saying, oh, if you are not doing things this way, that means the God you're serving is this and that. At the end of the day, okay, the Bible says don't judge, meaning that there's a possibility that God doesn't want you to judge them because you're trying to, bring them into your religion or whatever. Don't judge, okay? Please leave your thoughts with me in the comment section. I know when you bring stuff that has to do with religion, people get touchy and whatnot, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye for now.